This is Smithy.tv.
Hey, this is Kenny Robinson breaking down the news. I'm with my special guest. Toronto shows much love for this man, Paul Thompson. Just came back from London, England, and he's glad to be home. In fact, one thing when my friend Griff was in town, we saw you at one of the clubs, and he just died when you ended the evening by yelling, "I got much love on the streets."
Yeah.
And Griff went, "Damn, he's stupid." So it was a great line, and it was highly amusing. So anyway, here's the deal. This is the first Pride Week starts this week.
Right.
That's not why I got the pink shirt. It's still hung over from Father's Day. So this is the first year that Toronto's going to have a mayor that attends Pride in about 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Tory says he's going to try to go to as many Pride events as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Premiere Wynne, she was kicking off Pride this morning. Apparently, she had hecklers.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I'd ever hear anybody heckle Pride, or at least not since 1975. Yeah. I mean, who heckles Pride now anymore? So, stupid. I mean, that's not even that Baptist church that goes to all the funerals would heckle a Pride parade. So, anyway. How do you say about? Do you celebrate Pride? Do you attend the parades? Do you?
I do, yeah. I didn't ever. I always thought, you know what I mean. Just I don't know. Growing up around Jamaicans and I thought it was a Bati Chichi Man thing. I didn't want to, you know what I mean. Yeah. And then I was at a restaurant 2 years ago with a bunch of my friends and hooder guys, tattoos on their neck and stuff. Not the type of guys that would want to go to Pride. And it was we had to wait for a reservation in a restaurant for an hour, and they have we found out we can buy beer in the streets and stuff like that. And it was just pretty much there's just a vibe where this is good. And then people were like, yeah, we're keeping the bars open till 4. So we went, ate, and then afterwards you're just out and drinking in the streets and partying, and it's
your crew, the boys you're with.
Yeah. And everybody's loving it, and there was never, ever once anything. You see gay stuff, but none of that ever got brought on to no guy came up hitting on us, no nothing like that. There's lots of girls and it's I honestly think it clicks, if you're a single guy that wants to get pussy, I don't understand why you're not going there, because you're you know what I mean, it's fishing with dynamite. Everybody's partying. Everybody's happy.
So you're the guy hitting on all the lesbians and pissing them off.
Well,
right?
The thing is there's straight girls there that are just they're looking for and every guy there's gay, and then all of a sudden you're the one straight guy, and it's they're partying. It's easy equation.
Was that Joe DiMaggio said about his hitting streak? What's a secret? And he said, "Hit him where it ain't."
Yeah.
So that's your secret to scoring during Pride.
That's what it is.
If you're a heterosexual fella, go there because there's not much. And that's incredible.
And it's a party. It really, honestly is. So then, last year I went with my girlfriend, and both days.
Yes.
And this year I'll for sure be there until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, because it's insane. Everybody is in a very, very good mood, and it's just, it's amazing. If you're not homophobic, then I don't understand why you wouldn't go.
Yeah, see, I've never attended Pride per se.
Right.
But I used to live at 77 Huntley, which is almost on the outskirts of the Rainbow Village.
Yeah.
So if I went down to my laundry room on a Thursday night at 10:30, it was Pride happening.
Oh yeah.
That last hour before the pool got locked up on any given night, and you walk into the sauna, it's Pride happening.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas for them.
Yeah, and you used to have booths across the street. And my mom had her own apartment in that building, so she used to sit on the balcony and watch everybody running out of the cabs for last call.
Right.
And I won't repeat what my mom would say, but it was, and then when it closed, she was sad. Because to her, that was every Friday and Saturday night, she'd watch all the coming and going and all the action coming out of there.
Right.
And there were times during Pride where I used to have to walk through the parade to get to some place on Yonge Street. I was meeting somebody.
Right.
Well, not so much the parade, but the Church Street area.
Right.
So you look at a booth here and everything. But as far as saying I'm going to Pride, but I really don't like crowds.
Yeah.
Me
neither.
I've only been to Caravana once.
Right.
And the year I went to Caravana was the first time they had a shooting there. So, it's let me pick this one. But I think I've only taken my kids to Santa Claus Parade twice. I'm not big on crowds,
I hear you.
But on the other hand, now, Tory said he's going to go to as many Pride events as possible.
Right.
And it's great because, He's representing the city.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Pride brings in a lot of business.
Yeah. You know, it's just a good time. It honestly is. I can't stress enough that it's just like...
Do you think Rob Ford regrets not attending Pride now?
Maybe for his public image. I mean, I don't know. Rob Ford's got...
Public image. If you cared about his public image, you'd wear a bib.
Yeah. He's got, I think, too many Bodmon running with him to do that. You know what I mean? I think he was just, he's
he couldn't tell him that he could get better drugs at Pride, or he could do whatever he wants. But
I think Rob Ford would have loved Pride, you know, if he could get past.
I think the biggest problem for Pride and Rob Ford, in all honesty, is two things. A, he knows he wouldn't have been welcomed from day one, or at least he would have been jeered more than hugged, probably.
Yeah.
You know, so why go somewhere where you're not going to be liked?
Yeah.
That, and it falls, too often it falls on Canada Day weekend.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what he said, too,
and
right?
his mother runs that family. After the old man died, his mom said, you know, Doug would say to his sister, I don't know for sure, but, you know, you better put down your drugs this weekend and make it up to the cottage or else you're cut off.
Right,
You know,
right.
so when Mom says, when Ma Ford gathers the Ford clan up at the cottage,
Absolutely.
they all got to show up.
No, that's a very Canadian thing. There's nothing wrong
And
with that.
but I don't think Rob Ford can say, well, I can't because my mom says I got to go to the cottage.
No,
you know,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's I thought he could have attended the flag raising.
I think, he should
I think he could have had a special quiche breakfast for the organizers and attended that.
Yeah.
You know, if he didn't want to be at the parade himself. And then, but then everybody said Mel Lastman, you know, he attended and he, you know, had the water gun fights. But Mel was a salesman. Mel will go anywhere where he thinks, you know, it's going to lead to something good for Mel.
Absolutely. Smart as a mayor, as a politician. Absolutely.
So anyway, I'm sad that that Premiere Wynne was heckled during the opening of that. But it's incredible because when I first moved to Toronto, it was like 80, 81. Pride really hadn't picked up yet. But before there was Pride, there was Halloween. Okay, you were probably just a youngster then in Ottawa, but Halloween used to be the big gay event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like October 31st Halloween?
Yeah. That was it. And the thing is, though, then you got all these cougar boot wearing denim jacket with your rock band patches on their guys coming in from Scarborough, Mississauga, to gather up, and they would try to launch attacks on the gays that were celebrating.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was my first experience of that coming to town where, you know, I never saw such police presence in my life as I had during Halloween.
Right.
And moving here from Winnipeg, I'm going, I guess they're trying to keep the homosexuals in line with all those extra policemen here. And then it took me about 5 minutes to figure out, no, it's to stop the yahoos from the suburbs from committing, you know, hideous acts of crime and violence. So I think it's great that the mayor's going to attend. If you don't have a hatred of I'm going to say audiences, if you don't have a hatred of crowds, then it's a good thing. And dykes on bikes are always fun.
Oh yeah, but I mean for me too, it's just you can drink in the streets, and you can drink till 4 o'clock.
You're just a hedonist.
Oh,
you down with it? People
I'll go hard. Like
so, if you could drink in the streets and smoke dope, if they had a thing where people could marry pets ceremony, you'll be down there with the intersexual.
If it's a party.
If it's a party,
why not?
Polly Walnuts is the man to be there.
I'm there. Yeah. Why not?
Got you the Pied Piper of homophobes. Bring them to the thing.
Absolutely.
So now those friends from those days, they call you up and go, "Yo, Paul, we gonna check out the Pride this."
They will.
They're gonna call you up and make sure you're all going.
All the time. Every year there's new people added. I love it. Every year I love talking to somebody who's no, I'm not go on no chi-chi, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, just come. You realize nothing. You'll see guys with their dicks out walk past you. You don't gotta look.
You do that at the Blue Jays game.
Yeah, nobody's gonna run up to you and touch you. Everybody is in a good mood. They're gay people. They're all smiling. They're all dancing. That vibe.
And it's okay to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you 3 things that made me laugh about Pride. Okay. One time it was, like I said, I lived at Huntley Street, so it was a Sunday night, and everything's dying down, and I'm going out to meet somebody, and you see the few last guys straggling back to their hotels or homes, and to me it looked like an army in retreat, because I saw one guy that had a sailor uniform, and it's like half off, and you know he's partied his ass off the whole week.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm thinking like, man, this is like a you know, like Napoleon's retreat in drag though. You know, some guy's walking with a broken heel, and his feathers are all, you know, torn and lost. And it was kind of humorous seeing all the party just breaking up and straggling home.
Yeah.
There's that, and then I had my kids with me, and we're gonna go take my mom out for somewhere, and it's like 7 o'clock on the Saturday or 6 o'clock on the Saturday, and there were two guys leaving the building, and they're wearing assless chaps.
Right.
So my kids go, look at those pants.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, look at them. And we laugh, because why shouldn't they laugh? You know, if you're going to have your ass cheeks hanging out of a pair of chaps, then guess what? Children and immature grown men can giggle.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and then the best thing, it wasn't Pride, but it was a fetish parade later on in the year.
Okay.
There's a woman that had a guy with a dog leash on, and she had a dicky chain on him. And once again, I had my kids with. And, you know, and I say, look at that man, he got a dicky chain on. And so, of course, my son and my daughter, they see that. So I don't think they're going to be too hung up on any things like that. But they will, if you're going to stand on the corner and let some woman hold you with a chain attached to your penis or a cod piece, if you can wear a dicky chain in public, you can be laughed at.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it, though. That's part of the humiliation, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in that sense, absolutely. That's probably what they're going for.
Yeah,
You're right.
so. You know, the key is don't let anybody ever pull your chain. Anyway, because I imagine if it's a cage, it's okay. But if it's pierced, I imagine it's painful. Yeah. See, we found something that Paul Thompson isn't down with. Pain. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, this is the first Monday. It's a Monday of Pride Week. So everybody that's out there for that's gonna party this weekend, have fun. Wear sunscreen. I guess that's what they mean by protection, eh?
Got it.
Have a good time, and don't stagger in front of cars. Anyway, I'm Kenny Robinson. This is my special guest, Paul Thompson, and you've been checking out Breaking Down the News.